Okay, and welcome to the live stream. We are streaming live, and this is Vintage Story. Last night, I stopped playing when I got tired, but we really made a good start of it. As you can see, we've got ourselves a little base set up, a little orchard that we're starting. We found this nice big ruin, more fruit trees over here, frankly, and I'm not sure what these black things are. Might be ruins as well. But I'm really excited. This is going to be a really nice mountain to go explore. It's humongous. And there's this humongous plains down here. And there's a village here, which is super cool. And we looted a little bit. And there's a village here, which is more of a farming community. So actually this world is going to be really fun. This is a chert biome. And there's another village up there. How about that? Or the VS Villages mod. It's really doing work doing work for me here. Okay. So we left off, we were cooking a little bit of meat. Let me get some more fuel for that. Okay, and it's still lit, so that's good. And that should be enough to cook that through. And what time is it? It is nighttime, so we might as well go ahead and rest for the night. Priority today will be collecting copper and exploring a little bit. Okay, sorry, we were checking my phone. Okay, and this is an ore vessel, so let's go ahead and might as well crack this open. And luckily, it is copper, so that's super handy. To start our copper collection like that. Those could be coal or tin or whatever, but it's nice to have a little bit of copper to supplement. So we're going to go ahead and we got these chests from the village, so it's a nice little bonus. I already read this lore paper last time. I'll put the lime in there, the fat, the rusty gears, the feathers can go in this one. And I'll keep the copper on me. Okay, that should be fine. And it looks like our stuff is done here, so we'll go ahead and... sorry, we're going to go ahead and put this in here. We'll grab one of these fats. I want to make one oil lamp just to have a permanent light source at the base, just in case I don't know, want to see where I'm going in the dark or something at some point. Oh, that works, okay. And this is a hand. Maybe I should make a skull, or like the rest of this body in some sense. Alright, so there's that. We did plant our farm. Beginnings of a farm here. We do need to get fencing at some point. But this is uniquely situated kind of in a less accessible area, so there's not going to be as much wildlife, I think, as there might otherwise be. I guess time will tell. Let's see, what do I want to do? Let's make a axe and a shovel. Still have 4 spears. And see, once we get the food cooked here, we'll go looking for copper. And if we need 40, so I've got 3 from that vessel, that ore vessel. Okay. Oh yeah, let's get the rest of these storage stuff, these clay items out of the fire pit here. Let's put this here. It's a nice big storage vessel. And that's a crock, crucible. Okay, so from now on, actually, you know what I could do is I could go ahead and take that. I think, can I do one? let me see if I can cook. Okay, so with the cooking vessel, you just, now that it's fired, you put it on the fire here, and you'll need at least 4 ingredients to get 1 helping of a meal. So we can go ahead and do that. And I'll put this back to where it was, because it's kind of hard to get around. Just doing a little bit of terraforming here to make the area a little bit more convenient to access. Okay. And I might as well start storing these medium fertility soils. And then we've got our clay molds. Alright, so very good. That was a good first cook. And now you can see this is done. So we can set that down and grab a bowl and go ahead and get that out. Okay, so now we've got plenty of food. We're ready to go on our adventure. So ultimately we need to end up here. So I guess we'll just kind of make a straight line and go down and see if we find copper along the way. And we'll go ahead and eat this. I guess I should have left it. Well, no, it's a big meal, so I guess I need to bring it with. Alright. We also found the lantern that I'm currently holding at the village. So we totally looted that, and that was super convenient. So in addition to copper, we're definitely also going to be kind of looking out for tin. Is this the one where the wolves were? If they were here, they're not here anymore. I don't see any obvious signs of bony soil, and I don't really feel like excavating the whole thing right now, so I'm going to move along. There's peat here. I wouldn't mind getting some more peat, actually. Which I think we just do that. Let's grab a stack of peat. Yeah, because we're running a little bit low back home. Got it. Oh, you know what I should do before I continue down this road? Let me check and see if, for example, the X skills mod or something useful has updated. So we're going to go to game version 1.19.x and search for all the mods. Now I left off, oh wow, okay, right about here. Ooh, this is neat. We got that. Was there an update to this? Okay, well, there's some waypoint stuff, but what we're really looking for is X skills. And I'm looking forward to that update. I'm sure that this will, there'll be some discussion here. Yeah, 1.19 broke the mod. So the author of this mod is Xandu. Looking for a post by Xandu to see if he's gonna mention whether he's updating the mod, or they or she's updating the mod. Now, going back to October, there doesn't seem to be a lot of posts by the mod author, so we're gonna have to wait on that. Rift Eye, let's take a look at this. I'm really curious about this image. So this image, oh, this is like a serve admin tool. Okay, so admins can look at players' inventory, and I put this up because Yeah, they just updated. .70 Yeah, that's a different one than I'm using. You know, mine's working just fine, so I don't feel the need to update it. I'll just keep in mind that there is an update in case we run into issues in a little bit. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and continue on. Get a few of these Lily of the Valley flowers too, couldn't hurt. Okay, so that's a full stack, so I'll put these down. And grab a couple more of these. Oops, didn't mean to get my scythe out. And there kicks in the music, which is always lovely. Alright. Yeah, that X Skills mod is... I've become very dependent on it, sadly. Because it really is a time saver. And it is a balanced system that rewards, you know, game progress, basically. Oh yeah, I mean, we'll keep our eye out for meteoric iron stuff too. But the main focus right now is copper. Mushrooms here. This is a weird little tiny forest band. Ah, meteoric iron. That's amazing. Okay. So I usually mark meteoric iron. I'm going to mark it with a pickaxe like that. Alright, we don't have the ability to even come close to harvesting that right now. Oh shit. Okay. I keep forgetting that there's hostile creatures. Okay, I think we've eluded them. We're doing a good job outrunning wolves in this playthrough. They're over there. Alright, so more or less on track to get where we're going. And I don't mind picking up a few extra sticks and flints on the way. Yeah, when you see these big rock piles, you have to almost investigate, right? Because it could be something good. Could be copper. Alright, here's the village again. Quite a bit of flint. Yeah, so we're on track to intersect the copper here. It should be just right up here. Right here. I'm just getting a lay of the land here. It's just the one piece. That sucks. There's just one piece. Alright, well, I think just to kind of clarify where it is for future reference, I'm going to go ahead and dig a hole down underneath where it would be in the ground. Obviously, the point of surface deposits is to teach the player where to look when you're digging later for the copper, so that should be a good enough guidepost for myself later. Okay, so that was just one actual nugget. Let's go ahead and get this seeds. Get our rye industry up and running. So we can, I'm gonna shift this color to off red so it looks like to denote that we've harvested the surface aspect of it. Another idea is I could just change it to a pickaxe to let me know that I need to mine it next time. Here we go, is the next batch right here. And again, I'll go ahead and dig the trench to indicate where I need to dig for copper when I come back and look for it later. And I think I will go ahead and just change these to pickaxes. I think that's the easier way to keep track. Now I do have one more copper that we found there, so I guess we'll head that direction. But theoretically we're not doing well collecting our copper. These crops are not ready to harvest yet. Oh, here's a big old ruin. Let's check this out real quick first. Okay, so we do have bony soil, so I will harvest that. Ooh, look at down here. So one thing that I don't agree with about this game is they make it so you can actually harvest cobblestone without a pickaxe, unless something's changed. Did they change that? They must have changed that. I guess I reluctantly support that change. I say reluctantly because now it's coming back to haunt me. Let's see if I can dig down here underneath, because this looks very intriguing. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to break through there. Need a new shovel. And it's so nice by the time you get to steelworking, because then you never have to do this again. I wouldn't mind it if the game universally improved tool durability just a hair and made it so it was a little bit more resilient. Alright, there we go. That's what I was trying to break into. Can I see? Can I click on anything? Ah, yeah, there we go. Okay, let's get rid of the soil. And we can't put it back in the box, unfortunately. Looks like there's a little pot down there, but anyway. Yeah, we're running low on inventory space. Probably should have brought a chest. But yeah, there's a whole little place down here. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's not a huge thing, but... Alright. So enough of that. A little bit more bony soil over here. And let's just poke around a little bit more. See if there's any more hanging out right under the surface or whatever. Alright, not seeing much. So I think we've got the obvious ones there. And there's some right here. See, if you dig, sometimes you do find it. And I guess I haven't really made it clear why we're getting all this bony soil. It's very useful, early game especially, for getting some helpful resources like candles. I don't really care about these red grass, whatever they're called. They're not that pretty, and there's tons of them in the game. We'll find more. Okay, so we've basically got most of the obvious sources of bony soil. Frankly, we probably will find more at some point if we come back and excavate this more thoroughly when we have better tools. But this is enough of a head start with the bony soil to get basically what we're going to need. I am looking for vessels too, though. I haven't seen any clay vessels in this ruin at all. This one's big. Let me see if I can get in here. Yeah, here we go. Sometimes the ruins will have I'll go ahead and put this peat down. Sometimes the ruins will, at least on the Better Ruins mod, would have torch holders, and I wouldn't mind having a torch holder. I don't see any though. Turnip seeds maybe. Oh shit. Right. Here, if I eat these. And we'll pick up the... I guess I'll eat the turnips too, but I want the seeds more than the actual food right now. Because I've actually got okay food. I just wanted to start planting turnips. Turnips are very useful. Okay. Well, I think we'll head east or whatever direction that is, and keep looking for copper now. So when you partially explore ruin, I like to make it fade, and when it's fully explored, I like to I gray it out. That's just my self indicator of what I've been up to. More rye, we'll take those seeds if we can. I'm limited on my inventory, so I guess this trip I'm only going to get rye and turnips if I see them. Alright. This is probably just blue clay. At some point, it becomes less useful to mark all the clays and stuff. It gets a little bit redundant. I do love this soundtrack. It's very, like I said, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana. Here we go. This one is not marked, so I will mark it. Now go ahead and use the pickaxe right away, because I'm going to grab these surface deposits. And I think I'll just have to live with the fact that there's these tiny little copper surface deposits are like... It's astonishing that I found any of these, honestly, because they're only one... Each of them has been one tile. I'm getting just a little bit of lag as I enter the forest here. I may want to turn down my viz. Go down to the 288. That should help a lot. It'll help once it kicks in more. Okay, now we're getting back into territory we've already been over, which is good, because that's the whole point of coming back for the copper. Here's this run. Let me grab this bony soil. Okay, now we just need to go a little bit further east and a little bit to the south. And there's resin. I gotta start marking that. because we're going to need a bunch of this later on, and it's good to know where it is. And it is a renewable resource. Okay, that's lead. I'd say I usually go with that for lead. Okay, and that's the artisan trader, and he had copper right next to him. Okay. Perfect. And that one did drop 2, so we're up to 9. We're about a fourth of the way there of what we need to get to the metal age. The bony soil will have some copper in it too. So if we can get like up to near 30 or something, that would be good. Also, these gravel areas, like where I'm currently exploring, a lot easier to see the rocks because there's far less vegetation. Beautiful rain sound. I think the rain sound has been updated. I know the ambient rain sound from the inside has. And I don't know, maybe it's placebo, but it feels like the normal rain sound is a little bit more vivid as well. I could be wrong. Okay, now that we've gotten that copper, I suppose the thing to do is to just explore a little bit more. So I'm going to go this way. And follow the edge of this pond, basically. And just FYI, it is... Ooh, it's getting late. I gotta hurry. 1 second. Okay, sorry, I had to step into the other room for a second. Okay. So. I think I can do this. It's going to be a tight one. Basically, I just have to not get distracted. And we do have the lantern, keep in mind. There are rafts in this game, but they're a little janky right now, and they really don't save you much time. So I never use them. I absolutely think they should make them less cumbersome and more accessible, because it would make complete sense to save time walking using a raft. The way it works now is you have to craft a whole bunch of stuff. You have to craft the raft and oars, just, you know. And I'm like, well, okay, first of all, it's very hard to craft, but fine. You know, you don't need metal tools, you just need a bunch of stuff. And then once you craft it, you barely, I think you go slower than running. And I think that is not a good incentive to do all that work and have all this. You have to have 3 things in your inventory. And when you're early game like this, 3 things in your inventory is like, what, a fourth of your inventory? Or, you know, I guess it'd be 1/7 of your inventory. That's a lot of space in your inventory to take up. I don't mind there being some sort of ore, like a gesture towards making ores. Why not just have the recipe itself? You could do a 2-step recipe. You could have craft the raft, and then you have to craft ores into the raft. The ores could just be a stick with a block of wood on the bottom or something, but very simple. And then you craft it with the raft, and then you get a operational raft instead of a inert raft or whatever. And then what they absolutely need to do is they need to increase the speed of the raft by, I would say, double, or at least 50% of what, 150% times what it currently is. And then maybe I'd use a raft. See, there is a mod that added rafts, and it did so much better than the base game. The raft was easier to craft, and it moved quite a bit faster. And I did use that almost all the time in the server where that was on. Okay, so basically I'm just heading towards my blue house on the map now. And the only thing I'm doing besides traveling in that direction is looking for copper. And unfortunately these tiny little island stands here are basically not the best place to look for copper because there's not a lot of land and there's quite a bit of foliage. So let's try to make our way more to the mainland. One other problem here is that copper looks kind of like chert, so it's a little bit hard to make out. And of course it's getting dark, which means that it's getting more and more likely that I'll simply miss the copper if I stumble upon it. And the radius that I'm going to be able to see any copper in is getting smaller and smaller each moment that goes by. Alright, we're very nearly home, which is good because it is getting quite dark. There's the ruins. Okay. Perfect, we're home. So we can start by... Can I put these pants on the ground? I always forget this. Yes, how about that? Or their boots, rather. Okay. Can I put this on the ground? No. Okay. Let's get these turnips planted. So far, so good on the rabbit situation down here. Fortunately, these farmlands don't break if you step on them like Minecraft, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Alright. And bee-nades are like a weapon. Put our gears in there. Bony soil. So we've got a ton of bony soil. So, tell you what, 1 second, I gotta go get something to drink from the kitchen. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Use the restroom as well, and we are good to go. So, we left off, and we were just getting back into camp for the night. Unfortunately, our copper expedition was a complete, utter failure, I have to say. So I think we're gonna have to switch to other tactics. We need to pan, probably. And what that's gonna entail is getting, we need some wood. And frankly, we need the wood anyway. Where's a nearby tree? There's very few trees in the area. We do need to excavate our little ruin here too. We haven't hardly done any of that. Let's look at all that bony soil. So I'm gonna go up here and grab a tree real quick. Of course, the last time I did this, I got attacked by mooses. They've been feeding me for the last day. Okay, let's see if I can parkour up. Oh, shit. Parkour up here. There we go. Okay, there's another larch tree. Nice. Alright, I'll just go for it. I think there's a decent chance we'll get a seed here because there's so many branches. Alright. Hard to say if we got a seed or not. Mostly because this tree is scattered like every which way. Here's another larch tree. Let's go ahead and harvest this one too while we're at it, huh? You can harvest them from the top too, and it goes faster, but it only takes stuff from that layer, basically. So we'll go down here. And one more, I think. Okay, and we did get a couple larch seeds there. You can see in my inventory, so that's good. Oops. I need to climb back up here. Is this... That's yet another larch tree. Boy, I've never been so... I don't recall ever having so many larch trees to work with before. Let's focus on the one we already chopped down here. And there's yet another seed. So we've got 4. I think we chopped down a total of 4 large trees in this game, so we're breaking even on the seed count, and that's not even factoring in the first one. Well, it factors in the first one that we lost a seed on, so we just gained. So now it's all even out. Okay, and we've got a whole stack of wood, and that is good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is head back to camp. I know it's dark out, but one thing is you can clearly see the light source up ahead, which is from the oil lamp that we made. See that? And we'll go ahead and take our log, and we'll take our knife. You can make a club. We can also make a pan using those 2 items. And that's what we want, the pan. Now I'm going to go over here and grab our bony soil. I'm going to put the larch wood in there for now. And this, let's plant 2 of those. I'll just plant one there and there. Okay. Going over to this water area here. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to put a couple of these down like so. Grab the pan, right click, and while standing in the water, right click again. And as you can see, I got a bone there. Oops. Oh wow, that cancels out the thing it never used to. Okay, so just either keep your inventory open or closed, don't change between, otherwise it'll cancel. But as you can see, I've got a rib cage there. And as you would expect, I mean, this is called bony soil, so it makes sense that you'd get bones. But hopefully we'll get a few other things as well. And this can take a while, but it's one thing that's kind of, you can do at night like this, that's, you know, a good thing to do when you can't see that much. Or in the winter. One thing that makes this game great is the fact that it does have seasons. The seasons really make the game feel vibrant and ever-changing. There's the arrowhead, that's kind of useful. And a linen piece there, or a flax fiber, I should say. No copper yet. No copper yet. And there's a copper arrowhead. And there is another linen. And yeah, so we're just hoping for more copper nuggets. We've got a few bones. The bones are piling up down there, as are the flax fibers. And the flax fibers are very useful too, I'm not gonna lie. They are very useful. There's a wolf in the background. Never encouraging sign. Copper, or silver rather. Oh yeah, that's right, we can't be switching inventory stuff while we're panning. It's kind of annoying. It never used to be that way. You could always switch back and forth. I'm not sure how that came about changing and why they would have changed it. Okay, there's a gear. Now at this point, if we get something new, it's gonna fall on the ground. That's okay. There's a way to deal with that. I'll show you in just a second. Although it doesn't look like anything did. If you put the bowl down, you can see that we're not picking anything up. So, here, what we can do... Can I place the bones on the ground? Yeah, I can. How about that? I didn't know you could do that. That's cool. Okay, but I was going to say, I know you can put these on the ground. And you definitely put that on the ground. Okay. So let's do a little bit more. I'm hoping for more copper and a candle. That's the main thing I'm looking for. There's a gold nugget. Silver and gold nuggets are nice. Those do accumulate into eventually to gold and silver bars, which can be used to create things, so very handy. And the rusty gear is basically money in this game, so that's also very handy. And then, yeah, the linen, these flax fibers turn into linen, which is an unbelievably important resource in this game. There's a emerald, which we can sell. And we haven't gotten a single piece of copper yet, have we? I think copper is more common with other types of things that you can pan, which I might show you if we have time. Okay, we do have a gem of some sort that popped out there. So we'll grab that in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and finish what I'm doing here with this piece of bony soil. Boy, there is not a lot happening with the copper, is there? Okay, so that might have been a failure with the copper, but it might be a success. Oh, there's a candle. Okay, so that's one of the things I was looking for. And you can go ahead and put that on the ground, which I just did right there. Alright, so that's, you know, that's not a bad haul. The only thing I wish we got some of was copper and maybe a book. Alright, so I'm going to put these away for now. All the stuff that we got. Except the linen, which I'm going to match up with we had some flax over here. If you get 20 of these, you can make a bigger backpack. Just keep that in mind. Also, I'm going to take a moment just to make a tool rack real quick. We can put tools we're not using on the tool rack, like the scythe would be a good example. Okay. And then these torches I think we don't need right now, so I'm going to put those away. Alright, let's go ahead and go to bed for the night. Alright. So, now it's daytime, and I really do want to check out... I guess we need to go to this village, and this looks like a ruin here too. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around this way, check out the ruin, check out the village, maybe come around this way and come back home, looking for copper. Let's eat this up just to get that out of the inventory there. And we've got full hunger, which is always good when you start out the day. And have we marked that yet? No, we have not. There's a quartz cave. I marked caves in pink, and the goal is to check them all out systematically if they're marked. You know, so... Oh, this is... Sweet. This is more slate and peridotite. And there's quartz in these hills. And there's a deer. And here's a bit of a actual cave. It's kind of upper cave. The reason I like slate so much is because it's the only place in the game where marble spawns. And marble is a wonderful building material. Alright, so I've marked that for later exploration. That's kind of a neat little cave entrance. We might build something with that at some point. And here's more peridotite. Peridotite is useful because it is one place where you can find something called olivine, which is crucial for steel making, and then also it's where diamonds spawn, of all things. Well, it's kind of where diamonds spawn. You need peridotite to generate something called kimberlite, in which diamonds spawn. Okay. I think I'm supposed to keep going this way. As intriguing as these quartz mountains are, and I'm just kind of looking around to see if there's like marble or anything. Are these just puffball mushrooms? Yeah. Also definitely need to keep looking for copper. This is a nice little valley area. I mean, I wouldn't mind building up in here either. I mean, our base at the... Should I just call that the Fist of the First Men? I mean, that's the obvious reference that kind of looks like. I'm just checking for meteoric iron down here. I don't think it's going to be any. Yeah. It's just a random... See, to find meteoric iron, you're basically looking for concentric, semi-even holes in the ground. But the problem is in these kind of geological formations, you get that anyway. Here's clay. Is the nearest blue clay to us? I'd be surprised. Oh. Yeah, it might be. I mean, there's fire clay there. Huh. Oh no, here's some down here, right? Okay. Today's journey is not unbelievably far away, so we should be okay with daylight. Ah, shit, there's a fruit tree. Let me check that out. Probably pink apple. Yep. Okay, I hope I don't get boxed into this canyon here. I am boxed in, okay. So you're gonna have to go backtrack a little bit here. I think I can go around this way. Now you could go over. It's an option. I'm not going to choose to use that option. I'm going to go around. A little too high of a tumble there. Now, me and my greedy eyes wanted to check out all that slate, and I ended up getting boxed in, so lost a little bit of time there, but not too bad. We'll head this way now. And there's a wolf. Alright, the wolves we're getting good outcomes on. I think they might have decreased the aggro a little bit on the wild animals, which is nice. That was definitely a major aspect of people dying in this game. For many versions, may still be, I'm not sure, in this version. That is a beautiful, beautiful mountain. Look at that. This would be a great place to settle too, just based on how beautiful this mountain is. Utterly gorgeous. Stunning, really. And I would have seen it, but I was panicked to get home last night that I didn't really take the time to look at it. But look at how gorgeous that mountain is. See, this is the kind of terrain generation you don't get in our beloved cousin Minecraft. There's another yellow apple there. Alright. And we're gonna go check out this ruin now. Yeah, just keeping my eyes open for copper. Yeah, there's so many fruit trees in this area. It's pink apple, young yellow apple. I mean, I could almost go on a harvesting run whenever these things turn ripe and just go around my base and get all the apples from the nearby trees without even cultivating them. There's another one here. This is insane. I've never seen this many fruit trees before, all in one place. Now granted, they're all more or less the same. Pink and yellow apples, plus the one pear tree and a cherry tree. But when in Rome. Alright, here's the ruin. Very large. Need a new shovel. It's really interesting how that orientates to the side there. I wonder if that's just always how it works, or if it's something I'm doing about placement. In any event, I will dig up the apparent bony soil only and move along after that. And let me mark this on the map real quick. And this is ore, so that might have copper, and it does not. But it does have cassiterite, which is even better than copper. That's 10. We definitely want 10, because we're going to need it. Actually, I think that gives us the equivalent of 4 10 ingots. Those 9 nuggets of 10. That's awesome. I don't remember. I mean, I'm sure I have had this happen before, but I don't remember getting a lot of 10 from these things in the past. I mean, like I said, I'm sure it has happened. There's brown coal in that one. It's just, it is a very lucky thing because 10 is a major challenge to certain aspects of progression in this game sometimes. Alright. So just looking around a little bit more for more of these. Alright, that was granite stone. I'll reluctantly hold on to that for now, bearing in mind it's basically worthless. Alright. I love it when they add these path blocks into these ruins. It makes them look so much better. Here's some bony soil. Okay. Another ore vessel with more coal. That's nice. Stacks. This is a very, very handy ruin to come across. And we could harvest this cobblestone at some point. Nice. And we just picked up another shovel and axe, which is we'll definitely use. And a little bit of flint and grass there on that one. So we're definitely making a good haul. Alright. And is this meteoric iron? Probably not. Nah. We do have quartz. I hardly ever mark quartz, but I guess I will here. Quartz is extremely common, so it's not a huge deal to mark every single time you come across it. Nice. Yeah, we're getting some good bony soil here. And there's probably more where that came from, but again, I think it makes sense to come back someday when I have like steel tools to get that. Here's seeds. Let's see what we got here. That's rice seeds. I haven't checked out the temp here. Let's see. We've got 16 degrees. I think we can grow rice. It's just going to be a little bit not optimal. Rice likes warm weather, and we've got pretty temperate weather here. Not cold, but not super warm. Okay, and here's another bony soil. Wow, quite a bit of it down here. Wow. And that's fire clay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let's jettison this granite. Now we're stuck underground, but fortunately we have a second shovel that we found in a vase that we can use to get out. Okay, so you know, that's probably a pretty good survey of this site. It's getting, I mean, it's increasingly getting late, so I think I should probably move on. But we've pretty well excavated the whole place. And I'm gonna I'll mark it as like, instead of the usual orange, I'm gonna fade it down to marigold, so I know that I've partially looted it. And then we'll go up this way. This is blue clay. There's another fruit tree there, clearly. Probably a ruin there. But let's head north. It looks like maybe like a castle town. At least it looks like there's some big building. I'm not sure what it is. It could just be a town. I'm excited to get waypoints. Or waystones, or whatever the mod is called. But we will eventually build a road network connecting all these little places. Maybe even a monorail. No, there's no monorail in this game, but maybe with a mod or two that come out, we can make something like that. Keep seeing these things and thinking they're meteoric iron, which they're clearly not. Get rid of that dirt. Okay. So here is a ruin, actually. Okay, it's 4 o'clock, so I'm not gonna... I'll get what is very apparent, but I'm not gonna spend too much time, so I'll just get that one. Okay. And here is the town. I kind of like that there's a ruin next to the town. It almost is like they let a building get overgrown or whatever, you know? Right. Flax, parsnip, svelte. Carrot, cabbage, onion. There's a bee here, and there is a giant pit in the middle of their village. Great, guys. Okay, but there's the bee. That's called andesite gravel. Alright, so this is the... Is this the herbalist? Yeah. We've already checked one of these out. Pretty awesome. We could steal one of their beds. I'm not going to do that. They have a ton of turnips. I do like that. Okay, here's another ruin. That's what this is over here. It's part of... I'm not sure if it spawns with the town or if it's separate. It looks separate, honestly. Eat this grain up real quick so I stop taking damage. Okay. So let's mark this ruin up here, and then we need to get home. Actually, we could just sleep in the village. I think that makes sense. Here's a trader. Let's sleep in the village. Go check out the trader. There's more ruins up here. There's yet another village. These villages, I think they're spawning too frequently. I think I may need to reduce the spawn rate on the villages. But yeah, we'll just stay the night at the village. So I guess in light of that, I can take a quick peek at these. I mean, these almost look like decrepit fortifications, you know, like something that was destroyed in a bygone era. Oh yeah, here we go. You can never have too much bony soil. It is often the only source for certain resources in this game, such as... Well, it's not the only source, but it's one of the main sources for lore books and for certain gems. Oh, here's a chest. I'll take that. Can I break this? Nice. Oh, and I even get to pick it up. Okay. So here's a ton of good stuff, including a tin ingot, which is amazing. I'm just going to empty out my inventory into here, basically. Let's keep that axe. And we're just going to grab this using the carry-on mod. Ooh. Can I not? I think I already have something on my back. Okay. Can I get out of here? Okay. Put that down. Dig path out. Then we will see about what's going on with our back. Okay. Okay. Making progress. God damn it. There. Okay, sorry about that. Got a little bit stuck. Alright, so carrying this chest is a bit of a burden, to say the least. I do want this bony soil, though. I'm so greedy for the bony soil. Okay. Let's try to contain ourselves here. Alright, so as you can see, I do have this other thing on my back that I forgot to get rid of. I don't need this clay. What's this? Is this... Grab that. Oh, come on. Fuck. Okay. This sucks. Wish I had the perk from the there's a mod, the mod that I like. There's a perk where you can jump twice as high. Man, I'm getting a blast of cold from my window right now. I hate that. I need to like put plastic over my window or something. Well, it's like negative something today again, and this is like the coldest time of the year, so I think it'll pass. But here's what we're gonna do to get out of here. We're gonna make a ladder. We haven't made ladders yet, have we? And we're just gonna pop this puppy right there. There we go. Okay, there's some copper. That's nice. So now that'll combine with our other copper that we have somewhere. Okay, there's a ladder there. We'll put that right there. Okay, sweet. Oh, whatever. So let's find the chest. There it is. Okay. Let me just find a less cluttered place to go sort this all out. And get closer to a bed, frankly. Nice little fountain. It's beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the herbalist for the night, and we're gonna sleep here. I may have to kick them out of their beds. So I'm gonna place that there. Place that there, and now we can sort this out. Okay, does this have much? This doesn't have much in it, fortunately. Okay, so this will be easy. I'll just put this in my inventory. And then I'll just grab this and put it on my back. Perfect. Okay, now we can... So go ahead and eat first. Always a good idea to eat a little bit before you go to bed so you don't starve to death in the middle of the night. How are we doing on decay here? 3 days on that, so that's fine. Alright, let's go to bed and we'll pick it up here in the morning. Okay, and we're back in the morning now, and it is 5:28. Should be vaguely roughly light outside, at least partially. Nice rainy day. I've got a cooking pot in here, that's nice. And it's... Did I just see something snap out of place? Where'd they go? Did they disappear or something? Or are they running, or what's the deal? Sometimes villagers run away from danger. Maybe they're running away from a wolf. Where's the rest of the village? Are you in here? Yeah, you're here. Well, whatever. I will say, before I leave the village real quick, that you can usually trade with these guys. He wants 10 meat. Can I... So you can accept that, and then you can go to active quests, and you can complete that. I gave him 10 of my meat, which is probably a mistake. Did he give me something? What did he give me? Where's... Dude, what... Okay, well, I think he gave me some seeds, maybe. I don't recall. God, he's loud. So that was definitely not a good trade. But I just wanted to demonstrate that you can do that. You can also pay soldiers to, like, help you and stuff. Like, follow you around and kill shit. Okay, let's mark that. We haven't really done any caving, have we? Now that we have a lantern, I mean, we could think about it. It's just the problem is we don't have armor. Oh, this is hardly a cave. Although, wow, there's borax. That is amazing. Borax is so fucking hard to find. I'm gonna make a big ol' star on that one. That is our borax. That is so cool. I have almost never, ever found borax that quickly in this game. It usually takes me ages, and I sometimes have to buy it. That is awesome. Okay, there's nothing down there. Okay, so what were we gonna do today? Oh, the trader, right. He's up here. Ooh, it's a forest. Is it? Kind of. Not too bad. I guess now that I've sold off most of my meat, I need to start gathering edibles to keep myself going. There's a hole. I'm guessing that's a hole too. Okay. Let me just mark this trader so I don't have to keep looking at the map. So one of the reasons we look for traders is because the in-game content in this game requires you go to trader, get a treasure map, and find the Resonance Archive. And that is the only legitimate way to find the Resonance Archive in the game. So... massive pits here. Okay, we have the trader directly north, and we have ruins as well. There's the trader. There's a deer, I think. Plenty of deer. I mean, if I needed to, I could go hunting as well. Alright, let's see what kind of trader we got here. Survival goods. So... artisan, building material, unknown, survival goods. I think I do brown with survival goods. Okay. And let's just see what he's got to offer today. I don't think we have any money, but... actually, I might in my backpack, but let's just see. So he does have, like, backpacks and shit. Some tools, but we don't have enough gears, I don't think, for anything. Could sell the... no, we can't sell that. He would take my 10 ingot, but I don't want to sell that right now. He would buy copper ingots for 1 gear piece, which is not worth it. He does sell salt and axes and things, and a pickaxe, which would be an interesting way to skip some of the tech in this game. I wish I could see what's in here. Or what's in here, rather. Yeah, I don't have any money. Okay, so we'll go ahead. Let's just briefly pop up to the ruins, and then we're gonna beeline to the west and try to make it back to home. That'd be good. So I'm literally just gonna mark this on the map and not even bother looking around, harvesting anything, unless there's an ore vessel. I've got so much bony soil already. Okay, and I see now on the map that next town over is a castle. I was wondering if we were gonna see a castle nearby. This is one of the VS Village spawns, and it's just a castle. I mean, look, these villages are nice. They make the world feel alive a little bit. Ooh, here's some copper, finally. So we're up to like half the copper that we need, basically, which is nothing. I'm just looking around to see if there's any scattered bits that we missed. Yeah, there's some down here. I guess I'll mark this one too. It might be part of the same deposit. It's hard to say. Because there was like a stone in between them. They're a little bit far apart. But yeah, I'll take anything I can get. Is that a wolf? I think they're bunnies. Okay. We do have the bunny breeding mod, so we can breed those bunnies at some point if we want. Yeah, it's a bunny. By the way, we're almost full on flint, so we need to stop gathering as much flint. That's a pear tree, which I think we did that color. Yeah. Okay. And what's this? This is... Sorry, I keep getting distracted. I will say that the new ruins are nice, and I like them. I have the feeling they're going to become just as repetitive as the old ruins in a while. What they really need is like 800 ruin variants, you know what I mean? And I know that takes forever to design, but in order to keep things interesting, I think that is basically what you need. Okay, so we do have a rock type change here. So we are currently in chert, but here in just a little bit it's going to switch over. Here's pear. Gosh, if that's pear, what's peach going to be? Maybe orange, I guess we'll use, but well, then what's orange going to be? The problem is all the damn fruits have a similar color palette. We'll figure it out as we go. Maybe I'll just make one of them blue, because there's no blue fruit in this game. Okay, so except for blueberries. Yeah, right here. So as you can see, this is a sandstone. So I mean, it's roughly right around here somewhere. Yeah, here's sandstone. Here's sandstone. Sandstone. Chert. Okay. So right here, approximately, it switches. So I'm going to mark that sandstone chert boundary. And I always mark that with a 4-pointed star, and I usually go... I think I usually go this just generic color. Okay, so that's the boundary right about there. And that means that there's new things to be found and explored in a different biome, and it creates a different color of rock, which would be useful for building purposes and such. Alright, let's go check out the castle real quick. Alright, we got to be done with the flint collection. That is a full stack of flint that we have, so we're no longer interested in flint. Probably for the rest of the game, honestly. because by the time we would need to collect more, we'll be well on our way, probably well into the Iron Age or Steel Age. We're not going to need any flint for anything. I think they should make flint more useful in the game. Alright, here's the castle. Kind of basic, honestly. Soldier, 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 pack dirt. Weird room that's not that well designed. Got some clutter. Little barracks tower. Here's another little tower. Go up on the walls. Typical walls. Not a great, you know. The build is very basic. It's a nice little castle. Go in here. There's a little storage room with. I mean, you can pick up this clutter sometimes, but nothing like valuable. We do have the cluttered areas here. Little research library, kind of nice, but it's very cluttered in it. This staircase feels horrible. I feel like they should add something to this to make it better, but whatever. Maybe I could do that in my world. Okay, there's ruins up there. Let me just mark those without going over there. And I'll just very briefly touch on some of the other parts of the village here real quick, and then we'll head back home. Could steal some crocs. Could steal that bread. That's tempting. I need food anyway. Is there somebody up here? Yeah, there's a guy. This is like a tiny little mill or something. Or, I don't know what it is. It's supposed to be a mill? Or is that a chimney? I guess that's a chimney. I like this building. It's well constructed. Cool. Oh, hold on. Was that a gear? Huh, how about that? I'll take those. And they've got classic goats here, and not the new variants. That's interesting. That must be how it's programmed to spawn. Excuse me. Okay, so okay, and then this is the town square that has a oak tree with beehive. See that? There's several beehives up there. So we're gonna mark that. Now I do feel a little bit guilty, again, harvesting bees from a domestic source like that rather than the wild, so. Alright, let's see. We need to head due south, basically. Alright, so let's, we've got plenty of time to get home. Should be okay. Okay. Yikes. Nice little cavey cave. Let's just poke our head in here, see what's going on. Ooh, there's, I was gonna say that's weird, but that's just the surface. I haven't been in a cave yet. Oh god. Okay, there's wolves up above me. I thought they were in the cave for a second. I was like, oh shit. Okay, so I'm just gonna mark this generically here. It's a rather big cave system. I'm sure I'll be able to find my way in if need be. But let's move along so the wolves don't get me. Again, we have no armor, so if we were to be attacked by wolves, it would be a disaster. And there's a wolf right there. So we're gonna keep running. Look at all these larch trees. I guess that's maple, but yeah. Okay, here's the cave. Continuing south. Alright, so since we're having a little bit of trouble finding copper, we may have to revert to a more pan-centric approach. That sounded like some sort of like sexuality and gender studies terminology. We're going to do a pan-centric approach to our sexuality today. I'm not making fun. I love pansexuals. In a sense, you know, I think most people are probably, I mean, to the extent that sexuality is a spectrum, in a sense everybody's a little bit pansexual. Oh god, there's a second one, isn't, oh shit, no, it's just my arm, okay. I did fight the wolf off, but I didn't kill him. I could kill him, probably. There we go. Alright, let's harvest him and see if I can get a nice, juicy skin. Do I have a knife? How do I not have a knife? Alright. Did I put my knife in my chest? Well, either way. Let's check. I did. Alright. Put those in there instead. Okay. Underwater animal skinning. Always a fun task. I think they should make it so you can transport corpses. Because, like, in reality, what you'd do there is you'd haul the fucking carcass to the shore, and then you'd harvest it. Okay, do we have that ruin marked? Yes, that's the one north of the village, okay. So let's stick to our alternate path to see if we find any more copper. But the what I was about to say earlier, I think, was that one other option here is to grab up some sand or gravel to pan with. So let's just grab about 20 chert sand here. And maybe connect these up a little bit so it's a little bit of a connected river system there. I wish they'd just slightly tweak the water mechanics to make them less janky. They're a little bit janky right now. It's very similar to Minecraft. It's just less. There's just a little bit of unpredictability to it. Sometimes it doesn't fill in the way that a Minecraft water would. I don't know. Okay, let me just grab that. I mean, these are, but... Okay, that's probably enough sand for now. Those trees look neat on that. Okay, so we're just going to follow this edge of the coast along here. Nice little conch shell there, by the way. When we don't have flux other than that borax. And I hate to, well, I was going to say I hate to use the borax for flux, but it's kind of what it's for. I mean, the main thing borax you need to do is to combine your anvil together later in the game. But you only need like one per anvil, and I don't think I've ever been in a game where I've made more than like 3 or 4 anvils, so if we got 100 borax, I think the rest could be used for flux. Very nearly back home now, which is nice. But alas, no signs of copper. By the way, there is something over here. Is this a beach or is this a gravel? This is a beach. Okay. So we have more sand access here, which is nice. Okay. And here. And there. Sand is important in addition for the panning, which we're going to do in just a little bit. It's very important for the purpose of making mortar as well. I'm going to go ahead and... See, I don't think this is going to bloom this year, because I think to bloom, trees have to go through winter first. Apple trees, anyway, have to go through a winter first, and then they bloom. It's just why they don't really grow in the tropics, I think. At least in the game. I'm not sure if that's real life. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, and where did that sapling go? Here we go. Place this there. We don't have any trees that have grown yet, but now we have a very, very thick looking pink apple orchard. Okay, so now let's get some of these seeds in the ground here. We've got 8 more to plant. Where's our farm? There it is. I guess I'll head this way. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and get these seeds in the ground. Is this turnips? Is this our turnips? Yeah. And this is the parsnip. And we might have rice seeds, don't we? Let's just put this down right over here. Yeah, we do have rice seeds, okay. And also, let's put this down. Okay. So we're starting our loot collection. It's coming along nicely. Alright, we've got 5 rice seeds. So let's get those planted. These may not grow to harvest this year. By the way, we're planting in medium fertility soil, which is overall very good, but definitely not perfect. There's ways to get better soil in the game. Okay. Let's go ahead and cook these bushmeat up. Oh, it is raining, so we're going to need a cover for our fire pit, so let's Alright, I guess what we'll do is we'll just make, we'll do packed dirt. So I'm just going to harvest 6 of these with my hand. There we go. And again, this is me just being unnecessarily tough on myself, but I refuse to do regular dirt. I refuse to build with it in a way that defies gravity, even though I did leave it on as a gravity affected block. I just did that for the purpose of making it so, you know, you could, and it would prevent cave-ins, basically. And get 6 more here. And the idea behind the packed dirt, from a role-playing perspective anyway, is that you've taken dirt and made it into a bit of a brick kind of thing. In fact, I think there are dirt bricks. I should look into that. I'll do that next. Reminds me of Terra Firma Craft when they modded dirt bricks into the game. There, whatever. Okay, so now we have this ridiculous overhang, and now we can light this up if we want. And we should have... Ooh. I got rid of that peat, didn't I? Well, could put a coal in. Kind of hate to do that. And this rubble stuff, you can decorate with this. You can, like, throw this down, like, there. Okay, but where's the nearest source of peat? There's peat right there. And since we don't have any trees, and I don't really want to use my larch, my only wood that we have, so let me just go down and get some peat real quick. And I find that this point in the game is a bit of a transition. You're transitioning from a little bit wider exploration into, you know, this ironically local exploration, because you don't need to go as far to get resources once you get some of the basic things you need, especially metal. The fact that we have tin already is kind of useful, although I'm not sure if we have enough to make all the bronze we're going to need to get to iron, but we've got a good start, such that we can almost immediately start making tin tools once we get just a little bit more copper. Give me 1 second, guys. Ah. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you for being patient. Let me just grab I'll take my pill. Sorry, I'm sure this is really boring and oh, it's increasingly difficult to see. Sorry. Didn't realize that. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Oh, okay. So I did make a shovel. Okay, I didn't even realize that. Okay, there's the lantern. So we're just gonna grab... Oh, by the way, there's this from earlier. I just want like a stack or two of this peat. These ferns are kind of annoying, to be honest. Don't mind getting a little sand here too. I mean, we're gonna need the sand eventually. Does that make... Oh, it makes the fern disappear. I thought it would just make the fern pop off the block. That's kind of convenient. Okay, 22. I'll just get enough for one more stack here. 7. That should be about enough. 31. Alright. There we go. Now we'll head back home. And we'll get our fire going and cook up that bush meat. We're gonna need that meat to sleep tonight anyway, because we're getting low on health and we have no food. And it's very rainy. Okay. So, we'll put a stack of peat in that. We'll put the other one nearby for future. Oh, we did have peat. I'm dumb. It's just floating there because it's on a chiseled brick. Alright. I know we have torches and a thing somewhere, but I'll just use the fire starter. It's not working, is it? I mean, I suppose, I don't think the game models this, but if you're barely covering up a damp campfire site in the rain, I mean, it's going to be hard to light, so I get that. Alright. Try to keep everything more or less sorted where it needs to be. And is there a... Yeah, we've got our hides coming in there. Alright. And let me see, do we have... Sorry, do we have... where do we put the copper? full stack of bony soil now. That's awesome. Do we not? Is this all the copper I have? I thought I had more. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, we've got enough for one of the 2 tools that we absolutely need to make on our first copper excursion. Okay, that's barely enough to do anything. I'll just wait for this to finish. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream for now. I'll probably stream a little bit later. But we've made really good progress, and we'll pick it up here next time on Vintage Story.